What is artillery hold and will it improve my shooting with a spring rifle? The other question is, will a TBT kit quieten down my rifle? First of all, welcome back to the channel. And I'm here in the woods today with my absolutely fantastic HW97. I can't even tell you how much I love this rifle. It's absolutely phenomenal. Back here with it today in the woods because, for the very simple reason that since I've started shooting spring rifles, just about every other comment in my comment section has been about the artillery hold, or the fact that I'm holding the rifle or not holding the front of it at all. I'm literally leaving it on my shooting sticks. Now people are saying that this isn't the right platform for it. I need to be using my hand. So that's what I'm here today to do. I'm going to try practicing that. Now I haven't got proper shooting sticks. These ones, the legs have been broken on these. So these literally, I'm going to be sat on a log with my hand rested in here. Also in this video, I'm going to be trying to figure out whether or not the TBT tuning kit that I've fitted has quietened it down. I did make a whole video on the kit itself, but YouTube have been a bit funny with me about doing stuff to the rifle. So I've cut that short. So there'll be a little bit of the rifle before I fitted the TBT kit, and then you'll see what it's like today, and we'll figure out whether or not it quietened it down. So I'm gonna get myself set up over here, put up a target, and then yeah, we'll have a go. Right, here it is, my HW97. Now don't get me wrong, my HW100 is possibly my pride and joy. I absolutely love that rifle. But if I was to upgrade it, sell it, change it, I think I would be okay with that. But this one, there'll be no selling, there'll be no upgrading. It is what it is. So this is what people are calling the artillery hold. Now I'm lucky because I have the two screw holes here. They're saying I need to put it in exactly the same place and it will make a difference. They're saying don't hold it, cradle it. So I'm gonna aim to put my fingers in the same place and then let go. Kind of just loosely hold on to it, see what kind of difference that makes. So I'm going to put a target up down there. I've got to be honest, it feels a tad awkward because I've never done it. I'm used to shooting like this. This is how I used to shoot. In fact, what I might do, I might shoot a few like this, and then I might shoot a few like this and see whether or not it makes a big difference. But one of the things I do want you to note is the sound that it makes. Now, while I go and put some targets up, I will play the video that I took the other day of the HW97 without TBT tuning kit in. So I'll play that a sec. See whether or not I could put the mic on the gun somehow. See if you can hear. There's a lot of tinging. It's not terrible, but it would be nice if it was a bit more tuned. I'll put this here. See if that makes any difference. Just experimenting now, and I try it there. Some sort of ASMR weird stuff going on. I figured out how far the scope's off now. And so bear with, let me see if I'm right. Top dot. I love this thing. Right, so hopefully I've got enough footage of what the gun's like now. So I'm gonna cut now to in a minute, so. I know what you're thinking, everybody hates the splatter targets, I get that. I have to put a splatter target in the middle of these Bisley targets because from back here I can't see when I hit the centres, because for some reason I bought loads of these Bisley targets and they're not very visible to me. I have got some ideas from my good friend Adam Cole from a few videos ago, and he's sent me great ideas for making my own targets, so I will be doing that at some point, but for now we're just going to go with this. It's not necessarily about the targets today, it's about you got to know how to fold them and you got to know how to hold them, apparently. So I'm going to take, we're in the woods and we're having a good time, so let's say 10. I want to say 10, we'll go with 10. Take 10 shots in quick succession for you guys. But for the first couple, I just want you to pay attention to the sound that it makes. See whether or not you think it's quieting down. So I'm going to play one of the shots. I'll tell you what, let's do this. So the other day, I had the mic mounted there and I took some shots. I'm going to do that again for a couple of shots. So this is before I tuned it versus now. It's hard for me to tell whether or not I've done it properly, or it definitely doesn't sound as honky. It doesn't sound as much like a goose as it did. Okay, so that was 10 shots without the artillery hold. Now, I'm starting to wonder whether or not this is going to be a fair test, owing to the fact I've only ever shot these off a rest without the artillery hold. I'm predicting the next 10 shots I take using the artillery hold, aren't going to be as good. That's my prediction. Just so that you all know, I was aiming for the center dot on that splatter target for every single one of those shots, including the first one, which went to the left hand side. All of them were aiming for the center dot, just so you know. Right, okay. No, it's not appropriate because I'm supposed to be talking myself out of shooting just off sticks without the artillery hold, but I'm really happy with that. So 25 meters with a spring rifle. I genuinely don't think you can turn your nose up at an HW97 or an HW95. They're the only two that I fired, granted. But I just absolutely love this thing. It's a genuine thing. I might need to move that little foot bit forwards a little bit. Adjust myself here a little bit. How's that? Right, ignore all the seagulls. So now I'm going to put my hand here and use that as a cradle, and I want to get it in exactly the same place every time. So I'm going to use my thumb and forefinger on these bolts here. Right. In the interest of science and interest of fairness, I'm going to say that we discount that one. Reason for that is that I'm bloody uncomfortable here. Really uncomfortable, considering how comfortable I was before. Is that any better? Not really. Probably a little bit lower. Let's try that. Much better. Right. So if it's all right with everybody else, we'll start from here. Ignore that one. Been considering doing bloopers reels. As I stood up to walk down there then, bloody fox come from nowhere, just across the bottom there, all the way down the bank, just here, come from literally, seen that I was here, must be running from something, down across that way. Yeah, I'm gonna let my heart rate settle a little bit. I think, in hindsight, to give this a fair shake, I'm just gonna keep trying at it, because everybody, this has been a lot of people have said that this is the way to do it. So let's try. Okay, got to be honest, it feels a little bit more stable. I feel like I've got a bit more control, not gonna lie. Again, I'm aiming for the centre dot, and as I said earlier on, I am expecting it to not be as accurate yet as it was with my old way of doing things, but hopefully with practice, because obviously when I'm out and about as well, it's not always going to be I'm not always going to have the shooting stick with me. I can't speak too soon because that would be churlish and a little bit weird. It does feel a lot more correct. It does feel a lot more like it's supposed to. I mean, obviously I could go anywhere, lean on anything like this. So it does stand to reason that it's the right way to do it. But yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit more correct, which I'm keen on. I'm using the Air Arms Field Diablos again, Diablo Fields. I've got to be honest, as Adam Cole was saying, got to find the right food. I think I found the right food. Oh, it's good. It's very good. I'm going to aim for a different point of aim now so I can just see what's going on, because I think getting my head around it a little bit is... What does everybody think about the noise as well? I think it's still got a little honk, but nowhere near as long and pronounced as it was. My HW95 has a definite honky bark to it. I am considering putting a TBT kit into there, but I'm gonna put some more pellets through it first. So I'm gonna go for the top right hand dot a sec. So I'm shooting slightly low, but we'll go with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I love that noise. Love it. I'm going to go for the right hand dot now, left hand dot, sorry. What the hell happened there? I don't know where that one went. Apart from here in the road, it's really peaceful in these woods. I have permission to be here, by the way. I'm not just in some random woods. I'm confused as to why it's not moving upwards. Maybe I'll go a bit more. Look at that. I don't know if that will see that. I just literally put a hole there just to try to figure out how far up it'd come. I am not sad about that at all. This is only 25 meters, granted, but I'm just trying to get used to this. The artillery hold. Oh. This is not to be sniffed at. In fact, I'm going to fire a few more into that same hole. Hopefully that camera's facing that. I can't remember where I faced the camera, but a little bit flappy there. I have noticed that I'm pulling the trigger a little bit though. Snatching on the trigger, because remembering all of this at once. So I'll go a little bit gentler on the trigger this time. I also have to remember that pellets do sometimes have the odd flyer. I might not be a marksman, but sometimes I do have to just admit that that one wasn't me, kind of thing. That one probably was, but... Right, I did 10 with the first one, and I'm probably not going to just do 10 with this new artillery hold, because I've got a lot to figure out. So I'm going to put another hole in there. Let's put another hole there. Beautiful. I like where that one is. It's exactly where I want it. See, as with most of my videos, there will be people going, this is boring, this is rubbish. But the whole point of my channel is learning how to do these things. And that's been the beautiful thing about the comment section, is because there are so many people in there who understand that and that have been giving me great advice. And this artillery hold, I think, is possibly some of the best advice yet. I'm just going to keep going at this for a minute. I can't figure out why they've gone a little bit more scattered now. I was actually getting good results a minute ago. Let's try a different spot. Aim to that exact spot again. So let's try actual palm. You probably don't want to sit there and just watch me relentlessly scattergun this target. So I'm going to get a bit of practice in, come up with some other ideas, and then try and jazz this video up just a little bit. Right, I'm not going to oversell it, or pretend I've had some sort of an epiphany moment, or anything like that, because this has been the target of my first proper go with the artillery hold. I did start to get some groups forming, so I've reset that target down there, and I'm going to explain what I think I've been doing. I've still been, even though very loosely, holding it to a degree. Now I've just been trying to shoot it off of a flat palm. I think I was getting better results. Now I could be writing checks I can't cash there, but it's definitely something I want to explore. So I will go for the splatter target. Might as well just go straight for that. Flat palm. That was I completely pulled that one. Completely pulled it. I was literally thinking of what I was going to say about something. I was literally about to say that what I'm doing is I'm putting my fingers, this is why I just pulled that shot, because I was thinking about two things at once. I hold the gun basically at the bolts there, and then I'm just going to let go so that it's on the flat of my palm. And we're trying that now. Obviously now, because of that massively different one, it's going to look a bit cack, but again, open the palm. Let's try this. Now these might not be everybody's idea of a tight group, but I am absolutely fine with that. Absolutely fine with it. It does feel like a more stable platform than that. It does. It just does. And obviously, when you're having a mooch, when you're having a little look about for things to shoot, you're not going to always have your shooting sticks. I don't have I have those ones, and they're really just for sitting down with, because they don't have legs on. They don't have the adjustable legs. So these are literally just a tripod for sitting down with. Not always going to have that, but I am always going to have that, hopefully. So I can put this as a stable platform pretty much anywhere. Right, let me try the top right hand dot. Bear with. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care that was slightly low. It doesn't bother me. This is brilliant. There are people out there that hate spring rifles. I don't understand why people hate these. Bottom right. I am shooting slightly to the left. I get that. But I think in my hands, this is going remarkably well. This is me trying not to get excited, by the way. Inside, I am dancing and singing right now. That's good, isn't it? That's a... Actually, no, pat all yourselves on the back. To anybody that's said about the artillery hold, and there are some of you who've only said it in the last video, but there are several of you who've been saying it for a while. And I've just gone, yeah, artillery, I can use these, it's fine, it's no problem. I would eat my hat if it was delicious, but it's not, so I won't. But metaphorically, I'm eating my hat. You're all completely right. Absolutely, completely right. So the question was, is it going to improve my marksmanship? I genuinely do think yes, 100% it will. So to anyone who said, like I said earlier, to anyone who's mentioned the artillery hold or shooting off a flat palm in my videos or in my comments before, massively, massively thank you. And I can't thank you enough. I think it's going to be a game changer. It's definitely going to improve things going forward for me. So with that said, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody, as always, for watching, as always, for the comment section. As I said before, it's been absolutely brilliant. I've had a whale of a time today. This is every single video I make, I learn something else, and every single thing that I learn, there's something else that I need to learn to go with it, and I absolutely love that about this hobby. That's what keeps me going. Well, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I've had a massively good time. I've got a load to take away from here today, and not actually physically do have a load to take away from the woods today. I do actually physically have a lot of stuff to take away, but mentally and skillfully quite a lot to take away, a lot to unpack, and this is why I do it. I absolutely love it. Like and subscribe if you want. If you don't want to, it's your YouTube. You do whatever makes you happy. It helps if you do, but don't worry about it. You do whatever makes you happy, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers then. Bye.